Hello, this is Katya with Lunar Sun Creations, and welcome to part 2 of my gel press printing plate video with Distress Oxide inks. Part 2 kicks off right where part 1 left off. If you'd like to see part 1, I will link it up above and in the description box below. So here we go. Starting off, you can tell my work area is already a mess because I've already been working on this for a few hours at this point in time. So I believe I just went in with some blueprint sketch and then a little bit of the, what was that? I think that was mowed lawn. And some, I think that was mustard seed. And what one was that? Oh, Katya, I didn't show that one at all. Sorry, another blue. So just kind of blocking it off a little bit. Then I wanted to see what kind of design I could get with just kind of tapping my brayer on and seeing what kind of pattern that would create. Probably didn't need to rub it for quite that long. I just kind of liked the feel of it, I guess. And it actually turned out quite cool. It was a surprise to me. That actually looked really cool. Alright, so now I'm going back in for some blocky techniques. I think this is the blueprint sketch once again. And then brayering that to blend it a little bit. Then what do? I can't remember. Oh, it's stencil time. Okay, so here I go with a stencil. This is just one that came in a pack of 10 from Wish. So I have no idea what brand it is or anything. Take the stencil off. And then I kind of wanted to do another impression of the stencil, but I wanted it offset a little bit, so I kind of just placed it down slightly randomly, and it kind of turned out quite cool with the offset double stamped. I liked it. Yeah, you can see I was quite pleased with myself there. So I'm like, can I do that again, or was that a fluke? So what was that? That was some bundled sage. And I thought I'd just use, because there was already some ink on the stencil from the last pull, so I thought I'd put that back on and then add a little bit more ink on top, just what was kind of left on the brayer. And then see what happened with that. Every single background was a surprise to me because I had no idea really what I was doing. I was just trying different things and then just kind of placed it back on. This one was pretty, I tried to make it fairly exact, but it was just a little bit offset. And it turned out really, really cool as well. And I'm not quite sure, there's some like, it almost looks like there was some water splotches on there, and I don't know how they came about, but I liked the look of it. There was a lot of surprises, but most of them were quite happy surprises. So that was some, I believe that was some mustard seed, and then I'm trying one more time with the stencil. And which one was that? That was, I think that was either Mermaid Lagoon or Broken China maybe? No, I think it was Mermaid Lagoon. So just trying to get a nice blend there. Got a little excited and carried away. Moved my whole situation. My cat Zuri has joined the party, so you will probably hear some mewing for the next little bit as he tries to gain my full attention. He likes to be on video. He has to be a part of almost every video that I do. It's his thing. So doing one more of these. I really like the way they looked, so I thought I'd do a few of this technique. And I liked all the ones that I did. They all turned out quite cool. Okay, so one more time with the stencil. And this time I wondered what would happen if I put a second stencil on top of the first one and then inked it. So I took a really detailed stencil, put it on top of that one, just kind of held it in place, and I am using, what color did I decide on? I'm playing music in the background while I'm recording this, so that was me grooving to my music. What did I just grab? I think it was the blueprint sketch. Oh no, it looks a little bit more purple. That must be the Dusty Concord or Seedless Preserve. Seedless Preserves. And then brayering over that. And I can already tell that it's a pretty cool effect. I'm not quite sure why I have the splotches down at the bottom. I'd like to work more with this in the future for sure. Because that is definitely a cool technique. So now I'm going in with some mustard seed. And I thought I'd do some more kind of chunky, blocky kind of scenarios. What is this? Crackling Campfire. This is a really nice color. I really like this one. It's one of the new ones. New-ish. And then I think this is Ripe Persimmon, however you say it. So I brayered it just a little bit. I didn't want it super blocky. I wanted it a little bit blended. And then went in with I started using some of the backs of the patterns that I didn't really like, some of the ones that I felt were a bit of a failure, so I started using the backs of them just so I didn't waste paper. And I love the way that one turned out. That one was one of my favorites. That was really cool. And I think the next one I do some stamping as well. So one more time with the same kind of color scheme, but more, I kind of slide the inks across the gel plate a little bit more. So Wild Honey, that's the first time I've used that one, and I think I used, was this the Carved Pumpkin, I believe? Yes, so I come in with a Whimsy stamp. It's just a, what was it called? It was just like a checkered background. And I'm just stamping off onto another piece of paper up above. It's out of frame there, but I'm just stamping it off up there. Not being too precise about anything. That was a different stencil background that I didn't really like that much. But I love the way that one looks. That's one of my favorites for sure. So I just did a kind of a ghost print of that one. Oh, no, that one was another one. I just did it with, I just added a little bit of greens to it. So I did this exact same technique. I just added a little bit of greens. And then this is the one that I was stamping off onto. So I just did a little pull of that, which with the ink that was left over on my gel plate. Alright, so now I'm going to do a couple with an Altenew Forever in Love stamp set. I just got this one, I haven't used it yet. The floral images are absolutely gorgeous. So now some purples, some Dusty Concord. And some Wilted Violet. And I'm just kind of sweeping them a little bit, like Festive Berries. I kind of wanted it to be a little bit soft and sweeping. Soft and sweeping, does that make sense? I think that was Worn Lipstick. And then just doing the same thing that I did with the last stamp and just stamping it and then stamping it off onto another sheet of cardstock above, out of camera. So I just sped this up a bit. I just did a few impressions. And I thought that looked really cool. And then I took the sheet that I was stamping off onto and then just did another pull from that. And I just wanted to there was a little bit of ink left on my stamp, so I just wanted to stamp it off and add a little bit more to that one. I love that one too. Alright, and just going in with the same colors and kind of doing a bit more of a blocky technique. I think I added a little bit of blue in this one as well, I think it was some Mermaid Lagoon in there as well. And then again using one of the backgrounds that I didn't like, using the back of it. And this one's pretty full on, it's pretty bright. It might be, I might have gone a little excessive, the amount of ink I put on that one. So taking another one that I had done that I felt needed a little bit more punch, and I'm just kind of taking little bits of it and getting some more ink on it. Just wanted it to have a little bit more interest. And I like it a lot better after doing that. So now I'm just going to kind of quickly go through a lot of that's all that I did in one night. I got really into it. It was really fun. I think I'm going to do some more of these in the future. So just a quick run through of the ones that I did. I'm saying, oh, I thought I really liked that one. Now in the video I'm saying that I wasn't so into it. I think when you look back on things a second time, you might like them, you might have a different opinion of them than when you're doing it. So I thought I'd try adding spritzing some water to some of them to see if how the inks reacted and see if I like that a little bit more. So some turned out better than others, but overall, I think this was a pretty successful first time in trying a jelly plate. I was quite happy with it. I'm definitely going to be playing with this in the future and seeing what else can happen. And I'd like to use some acrylic paint as well, because this was all the oxide inks. So it definitely has some potential. That was me getting into my music once again. Doing a little paper dance. I got distracted and here I'm kind of sorting it into the ones that I liked and the ones that I felt didn't turn out. The ones at the top I felt didn't turn out, so the ones on the side are the ones that I was happy with. So some of them are definitely great for, you know, the beginnings of backgrounds, you know, to layer on something else, maybe for some mixed media or something like that. Some of these are from part 1 of the video that the part let me try that again. Some of these are from part 1 of this video. So definitely a good purchase. I'm excited to play with this again. I'd like to, this whole year, I want to play with a lot of things that I have over the years purchased and some things I have never used. I thought it was a cool idea at the time and then I would buy something and then never use it. So this is the year where I am going through everything that I own and using some of the things that I've never used before. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope that perhaps you saw something that hasn't been done before, or you just enjoyed watching me play. Please give this video a thumbs up if you did enjoy it, and leave me a comment below if there's anything that you'd like me to see me do on my channel throughout the year. And please subscribe for more crafting videos. We've got mini album tutorials and alcohol inks and some polymer clay and perhaps some jewelry tutorials. So many things in the works. So stay tuned. Thanks for watching.